What's going on, movie fans? Welcome to MovieRounders.com, the world's first 360-degree movie review site. I'm Matt, that's Daniel, Tony, and Bethany. And for everybody keeping score at home, yes, Bethany is currently in last in the No Shave November going on here.
You haven't seen my legs.
Yeah,
I'm competing. I'm hanging in there. Actually, no, I did shave this morning. So I'm still in last, yes.
We are here to review Charlie's Angels. And we're going to start with you, Bethany. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It's not trying to be anything that it isn't. It's not trying to make itself out to be a James Bond movie or anything. It's fun. It's cool for girls to see a all-female cast kicking butt the whole movie, because you don't get that a lot. You get your Captain Marvel, you get your Wonder Woman, you had Atomic Blonde, Anna earlier this year, but you don't really get something that's super lighthearted, super fun, but isn't necessarily just straight superheroes, which is what you get here. Everybody's got good chemistry. Everybody brings their A game to it. It's a fun little storyline. It's a little predictable. You can kind of figure out as you're going along what's going to happen, but it's got a few twists and turns that'll be like, oh, okay, never mind, I suspected the wrong person here, or no, I was dead on. But overall, I thought it was fun.
Tony, what'd you think?
I have a slightly different opinion, but I think the problem was I came in with too high expectations. I was looking for something that was going to be an all-female Mission Impossible. Something that was a little more serious, and even Mission Impossible doesn't take itself that serious. But this was a whole lot less serious than I was thinking it was going to be. I liked the idea of the all-female cast. I thought the people they had were not bad. It just was a little more slapstick than I was hoping. I wanted a little bit more something on the action, a little bit more seriousness. It was a little more playful. I'm okay with, that's why Marvel has their formula down. They don't take themselves so serious. They have a little fun with it. So I'm okay with that, but for whatever reason, this kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and it just was almost too slapstick for my taste.
Daniel?
Okay, well, I have another different opinion. I don't think it was slapstick enough. I mean, not saying anything wrong with what y'all are saying, but I am a big fan of the 2000 Charlie's Angels and the 2010 Charlie's Angels, and where they had Bill Murray, and one of them. I can't think of the guy who was the other comic relief. But to me, I don't think it was funny enough. To me, I'm used to those movies just being a lot of fun, super sexy, and to me, it was just more serious. It was too serious for me. In that sense. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I just think it could have been funnier.
All right. I didn't think it was too terribly bad. The dialogue didn't work for me at all. A lot of the editing choices didn't work for me a whole lot. I love Kristen Stewart. She seemed like she was having a good time with this role.
She was kind of the star of it.
She was the star, yeah, totally.
A lot of people who hate her in Twilight, you'll find a very different Kristen Stewart in this one. I love the girls' chemistry. They all played off each other very well. I didn't like some of the choices the movies made. They make it seem like it's supposed to be in the same universe as the ones that were made in the 2000s with Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu. And it just makes you wonder why they went in that direction versus other directions. So overall, the plot line I didn't really care for. The action was fun. The chemistry was fun. The jokes were hit and miss. It wasn't the worst thing that I saw, but to me, it just wasn't very necessary. I enjoyed the other ones. They were good for what they were. I didn't really care too much for this one. But it wasn't as bad. Bad as what Tony might think. So we're going to go out of 5 stars today, Bethany. Out of 5 stars, what do you got?
I'll give it a 3.5. You could miss it if you really didn't want to see it, but I think if you watch it and you don't go into it like Tony did, thinking that it's going to be Mission Impossible or anything like that, because I never got that vibe from it. It's Charlie's Angels. You kind of know what to expect there, even having never seen Charlie's Angels before. But no, I give it a 3.5. It's fun for what it is. It's a good little movie to watch with your friends, especially for a girls' night out or something like that. I think guys would enjoy it too. There were several guys in my showing, so yeah. Overall.
Tony?
I think my 14 or 15-year-old would have liked this. It's a little bit more targeted, I think, at a slightly younger crowd. I think I was wanting it to be more like Mission Impossible. Mm-hmm. and I know what you're saying about the slapstick, and I don't think maybe the word it it wasn't it just came off hokey. Some of the stuff just didn't hit for me.
There wasn't very good comedic timing for some of them.
Yeah, it just, so, I mean, and early on, I leaned over and said, it's going to be X, and it was X. I mean, it was pretty obvious, you know, even though they throw some red herrings in there and stuff, I mean, it was kind of predictable on so for me, it's going to be one of my lower ratings. I'm going to have to go with 2.
2 stars. All right.
Okay.
Daniel.
Well, I was going to say what I would ask everyone to do is to watch the previous movies, or you could retcon it and say no, they don't count. But if you watch the one, you know, Drew Barrymore, the Cameron Diaz, the Lucy Liu, you watch both of those, and then you watch this one, you'll see that this one falls short. I mean, because that's what I did, and that's kind of where I was at. I was like here, and then I went, so I feel kind of let down. Because I love this movie, I love the series, I love the girl power thing, I love all that. It's awesome, it's brilliant. We need more movies like this, but I think it could have had better writing, and it could have had better choreography. Just the previous movies, there was so much choreography, even in the fighting was just so much more detailed. There was a whole sexiness that really just kind of wasn't there, you know. I don't know, so I would have to give it a 2 as well.
It did feel like it had the Bourne Identity issue of the cutting in the fight scenes. They were doing a lot of quick cutting to kind of hide the lack of the maybe fighting capabilities of some of the actresses in it. It was a cut, you know. Yeah. So you really didn't get to some of the more modern action movies that have been coming out. They've spent a lot more time, you think, on the choreography of the fight moves and things like that. So I see what you're saying.
And I can even tell you this, like in some of the movies with Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu, like you could tell that there was the fighting. They had like people suspended from strings and they were like flying, and it was like these iconic movements, you know. And on this one, it was just basically pop, 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 you know, fight, like just traditional fighting. Yeah. And those was more acrobatic, you know, and it was just like whoa. I mean, you really got that kind of grandeur, you know, larger than life. To me, along with the comedic fun and the sexiness, you know, I don't know. That's
which was the one Naomi
Scott.
Naomi Scott. She has a fairly good epic fight scene there close to the end.
She's the Pink Ranger. I hope she can fight.
Was she really? And that was a really great fight scene because it was an extended fight. It kind of went on. There were a lot of moves to it. She even made a remark about how weak the guy's set of moves were. And I mean, that was a good fight scene to me.
That's not Naomi Scott. That is the girl that plays Jane. Naomi Scott is she's the little brainiac one.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one that was. I thought it was what's her name?
You talk about Ella.
Yeah.
She played Jane in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, her.
Yes.
So right there. So I mean.
That's her last name.
Yeah.
But,
Jane, the one that was the fighter.
Yes.
Yeah. So her fight scene rocked. I mean, just all the way through. It was more extended, long. It has a certain pivotal part to the movie too. So I like that part. But you're right. Most of the fights were just. It didn't have that style that. Yeah. So.
I'm gonna go with a 2.5 myself. Like I said, I don't.
Did Daniel even give a star?
He gave 2 stars.
Okay, I didn't hear it. I was like, wait, I missed something.
The fight scenes didn't bother me. The chemistry didn't bother me. Just the overall plot of the story. I mean, that's the first thing that takes me out of any movie. If I can't follow your plot line, or if I don't like your plot lines, then I don't really care for your movie. Yeah. So.
Can I just say one more thing? I just used to. I'm normal. Like to me, this movie is a formula. Like Bosley is a formula. Like the girls are a formula. I mean, it's like when they broke it when they didn't make the Bosley like comedic relief. Like to me, the Bosley should have been like very funny and very witty. And you know, we kind of got that, but I don't know. It just could have been funnier.
And that does bring up. I did like some of the stuff they went into about the concept of multiple Bosleys. I don't think that was ever covered in the other movies. So I loved that idea. They expanded, I think, the universe of that's how that
took
works.
It international. So
I thought that was cool. Yeah, that was different.
That was very cool.
So, who's your one go-to female angel that you want to come save you?
I think Jane. Like Jane's like
just like out of any actress.
Any actress that I can pick to come save me. Charlize Theron, because like her training, like she trained with Keanu Reeves when she was shooting Atomic Blonde. He was doing John Wick at the same time, so they did all their training together. And if you watch Atomic Blonde, I don't know how much is her stunt double, but I know like from the interviews that those things are killer. They look great. She did crazy. Like her or Angelina Jolie. I feel like Angelina Jolie could.
I'll go Charlize Theron. I'm sure these two are going to go Gal Gadot for
Well,
their Wonder Woman.
I have.
I would have said Gal Gadot, but however you say her name, yes, I would go.
She's excellent too.
Now, do we get their capabilities on screen or is this real life? Because I'm going to go Wonder Woman.
Tony's thinking too much
time.
into things.
I'm going to go Wonder Woman anytime.
If we're talking like just real life personalities, Gina Carano,
Yeah.
she can legit kick butt. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go, if I had to go in the Charlie's Angels universe, I'd say Cameron Diaz. But if it wasn't, I'm a Gal Gadot fan. So yeah.
All right, well, that's been our review of Charlie's Angels. But have you seen the movie? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to follow us here at MovieRounders.com, where we review the movie and you control the camera.